In the first place, why K-pop has to be banned? It's because if you want to be a K-pop actress, you have to be beautiful, cute, innocent, or anything like that. And when you are already entered the industry, you will get a lot of provisions, such as that you cannot have a relationships, you cannot gain weight. That was clearly written in the contract. Even though they just follow the demands from the audience, but they are the one who makes the contract and dictated the girl band what to do and what not to do. So basically, becoming a K-pop singer is the same as becoming a slave for multi-billion dollars company. Okay, so let's proceed to my argument. In the first place, K-pop singer or girl band or boy band should have freedom for themselves. But on the contrary, K-pop limit this kind of thing to the actors. They should have been given a more fair treatment and get the equal rights for them. It will be bad if this kind of treatment spread to all entertainment around the world, because it pushed the singer toward having no self-acceptance and hating themselves in the process. And it will be even worse if it becomes common treatment to people around the world. In the first place, K-pop industry has to stop this kind of unfair treatment, and they should give their K-pop singer more humane treatment and stop viewing them as object and company assets. They are also human beings that have the rights to be given a choice, to have equal rights given to them, and to be freedom, act like other entertainers around the world. So therefore, we encourage the feminist women around the world to take action so that maybe there will be no more unfair treatment in the K-pop industries.
Check. I will begin my speech in 3, 2, 1. The ideal outcome of this debate is that whose approach are more favorable and realistic outcome which can be accepted by the society. Therefore, we believe that the OO already failed because they are only mainly focusing on the comparison of several entertainment industries, including the K-pop itself. I think that we should not blame a single industry, but instead providing another option. But at the end of the day, they are not providing any option at all, which is why they are already failed. They also focused on denying the beauty standard issue that is caused by the blooming of the K-pop industry. They only stated that the beauty standard already exists, even without the K-pop industry being popular nowadays. This is dangerous because of that means that the opposition thinks that a preference that takes the beauty standard as the parameter is to be taken as normal. They also argue that the K-pop industry is affecting so much aspect is because the hike of supply and demands, which means that they put the blame on the consumer in the first place. How can we blame the consumer only because of the hike of the demands of the industry while ignoring the fact that the industry is growing more popular nowadays because there are aggressively no opposition at all to oppose this industry, right? And they also bringing the patriarch issue, also doesn't relevant at all because of the preferable beauty standard doesn't comply with any country being patriarch or not. The OO also clearly supporting the existence of beauty standard because they keep talking about every industry prefer a profitable one, which is the more beauty one. Adding the fact that they also say that K-pop industry provide more preference of beauty standard also becoming the proof. It is also inappropriate of them to tell that they don't want the feminist movements to be oppressed with the K-pop fans just because they are opposing the industry itself. This can be implied that they are agree to justify the action of the K-pop fans of doing something, maybe even using profanity towards the feminists just because they want to oppose the industry, right? Okay, so now I will fill the arguments of the OG. First of all, we can see that the reason why the feminist movement should oppose the K-pop industry and the government support itself, and why it is more acceptable than the OO arguments. First of all, we believe that K-pop industry can lead into a woman objectification, forcing women to do this, to do that, to become this, to become that. We don't want this to become a mainstream mindset, normalize this mindset, so of course that's why we believe, and we support that feminist movements should oppose this industry. The second reason, because the K-pop industry could lead to a beauty standard preference in the industrial aspects. We clearly didn't want to make the industry only favor the beauty one just because they are looks beauty, and thus not seeing the other aspects that people may be, maybe their talents, maybe their attitude, and etc. That can be measured, that cannot be measured by the beauty standard. At the end of the day, the OO arguments are impractical and mostly irrelevant, while they are also clearly supporting the concept of the beauty standards itself and not even denying the objectification of a woman. This is what we as the government should be, and to be provide support to the people and encouraging that the objectification of a woman are not to be tolerated, and the feminist movement should oppose the K-pop industry. As for why it should be the feminist itself, it is because they can empowering the other women or even all other people to do the same thing. Thank you.